The human body is an incredible machine, and at its core lies the skeletal system, an intricate network of bones and joints that provide structure, mobility, and protection. Without it, we couldn't move, and our important organs wouldn't have the protection they need from outside pressures. We'll delve into the intriguing realm of bones and joints in this video, learning about their purposes and how to keep your skeletal system in good condition throughout your life. 1. Bone composition and structure. The framework of the human body is made up of intricate living tissues called bones. They are made up of an inner spongy layer called trabecular bone, which is more flexible and light, and an outside hard layer called cortical bone, which offers strength and support. Bone marrow, an essential component that produces red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets, is also found in the inner part of bones. Collagen, a flexible protein, and calcium phosphate, a mineral that guarantees hardness and durability, are components of bones. Specialized cells known as osteoblasts, which create new bone, and osteoclasts, which decompose existing bone, control the ongoing process of bone remodeling. This continuous cycle adjusts to variations in mechanical stress and preserves bone strength. Bones are dynamic structures that may self-heal after fractures and increase their density in response to stress, particularly from frequent exercise. 2. How the skeletal system works. The skeletal system is essential for many body processes. By preserving the body's shape and holding it erect, it offers structural support. Movement and flexibility are made possible by the bones acting as an attachment point for muscles. Delicate organs are also protected by the skeletal system, for example. The brain is shielded by the skull, the heart and lungs are protected by the rib cage, and the spinal cord is protected by the spine. The storage of minerals, especially calcium and phosphorus, which support general metabolic processes, is another vital role of bones. Bones release these minerals into the bloodstream when the body requires them for various physiological functions. In addition to providing structural support, the skeletal system is in charge of hematopoiesis, which is the bone marrow's process of producing blood cells. White blood cells combat pathogens, red blood cells provide oxygen, and platelets help clot blood. Vital body functions including mobility, breathing, and immunity would be jeopardized in the absence of a healthy skeletal system. 3. Bone types and their functions. The various bone types that make up the human skeleton are each specially formed to carry out particular tasks. The main functions of long bones, such as the femur and humerus, are weight-bearing and mobility. They are in charge of producing force when walking, running, or lifting objects and give muscles leverage. Compact, short bones that offer stability with restricted range of motion are present in the ankles, tarsals, and wrist carpals. Important organs are shielded by flat bones like the sternum, ribs, and skull, which also serve as muscle attachment points. Vertebrae and several face bones are examples of irregular bones with intricate shapes designed for particular purposes, such as supporting body structure and safeguarding the spinal cord. Tendons contain sesamoid bones, such as the patella kneecap, which change pressure and lessen friction when moving. The human body's diverse range of bones provides a sophisticated combination of protection, mobility, and stability, allowing us to carry out daily tasks with ease. The function of joints in motion. As the locations where two or more bones contact, joints allow for movement while preserving stability. Based on their structure and function, joints can be divided into three main categories. Dense connective tissue holds immobile fibrous joints, such as those in the skull, together. Cartilaginous joints, like the spine's inner vertebral discs, are cushioned by cartilage and have restricted range of motion. The knee, shoulder, and hip are examples of synovial joints, which are the most flexible joints in the body. A fluid-filled chamber that lowers friction and promotes smooth movement is a characteristic of synovial joints. Different types of synovial joints allow for different types of motion. Pivot joints, neck, hinge joints, elbows and knees. Ball and socket joints, shoulders and hips allow rotational movement, and gliding joints, wrists and ankles, allow sliding motions. Our bodies would be immobile without joints, unable to rotate, bend, or carry out other vital motions required for day-to-day functioning. 5. Development and growth of bones. Throughout childhood, adolescence, and the early years of adulthood, Bone growth continues, having started in the womb. Cartilage structures arise at the beginning of the bone development process and progressively ossify to become solid bones. Bone formation is greatly influenced by a number of factors, including nutrition, physical activity, and heredity. Strong bones can be maintained with frequent weight-bearing activities and an adequate intake of calcium and vitamin D. Osteoporosis is a significant issue among older folks because as people age, their bones become less dense and more prone to fractures. Good lifestyle choices made early in life can have a big impact on bone health later in life and lower the risk of skeletal problems associated with aging. 6. Common disorders of the skeletal system. Numerous conditions that impact mobility and general health are common in the skeletal system. One of the most common diseases is osteoporosis, which is defined by a decreased bone mass and an elevated risk of fracture. Because of hormonal changes that decrease calcium absorption, postmenopausal women are frequently affected. Another common skeletal condition that causes stiffness and inflammation in the joints is arthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune disease that targets joint tissues, whereas osteoarthritis is caused by wear and tear on the joints. Trauma, stress, or underlying medical issues can all result in fractures or shattered bones. Adolescence is a common time for scoliosis, an abnormal curvature of the spine that can affect breathing and posture. Vitamin D deficiency causes skeletal abnormalities and weakening of the bones in other diseases such as osteomalacia and rickets. Knowing about these conditions emphasizes how crucial early detection and prevention are to preserving skeletal health. In summary, the skeletal system is a dynamic, living structure that supports all motion, shields critical organs, and even contributes to blood formation. It is not merely a rigid framework. The human skeleton is a wonder of natural engineering, from its complex system of bones and joints to its continuous growth and healing processes. For a lifetime of mobility and health, it is essential to know how to keep it strong. Future problems like osteoporosis, arthritis, and fractures can be avoided by supporting your skeletal system now, whether through healthy eating, exercise, or preventive therapy. One thing is certain as science continues to learn more about bone health. Our bones are the framework of our bodies, and they must be taken care of. As you proceed, think about how your amazing internal system keeps you strong, balanced, and robust with every step, jump, and stretch. Let us know in the comments what you think about the skeletal system. Bones and Joints Explained, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating content on our YouTube channel.